Okay, take down the caption text, take out the walk down live in 1 minute. And count me down, bring our team P and count me down from 5. Well, hello everybody, welcome. It is that time we've been waiting for, isn't it? Race 1 of the Cherish Vehicle Insurance MG Cup. The safety car's just gone out on track, and as you can see, we have had rain. Yes, lots and lots of rain. This is going to throw a few spanners in the works, isn't it? We're going to head over to our usual position to bring you the racing action for you. Then we're going to stay live for race 1 of the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup as well. This is going to be an absolute cracker. Now, whilst we make our way over there a little bit early, if you didn't see it, where were you? We went for our live behind-the-scenes paddock walk, and we caught up with Kaylee Twigger, Dave Nixon, Daniel Bowman and Richard Buckley, and here's what they had to say. Doing?
Not very
Having
good.
an apple?
Yeah.
You all right?
Yes,
My
good, thank you.
three-cylinder car, my 3-cylinder Rover Tomcat, unfortunately, it was. I've changed all the injectors, plug, leads, dizzy cap, but it's got hydraulic lifters in it, which might be jacking up. So if you see me 3 laps and come off, it's because it's not running on 4 cylinders.
So, Dave, are you going to say that that man over there is probably going to get the...
well, he is,
get
yeah, he is
up?
anyway. Yeah, get it wrapped up. He's wrapped it up now anyway, so...
Well, in that case, let's get on to the important thing, shall we? Because last time we wanted to know whether tea or coffee was better.
Yeah.
This time, and as you're eating, this is quite good timing, actually. I want to know whether you prefer red sauce or brown sauce.
Red.
Yeah.
Neither.
Okay, what's the other option? You can say anything you like, within reason.
Just some salt on my chips,
Salt?
that's it, there you go.
A lot of salt?
Yes,
Yeah,
a lot of salt.
Yeah.
Go on then, what is it?
Brown sauce.
Brown.
It's got to be brown sauce.
Ooh.
Daddy's brown sauce.
If you saw the factory at Worcester, you might think twice.
I'll stick with the red.
Well, so best of luck for the race, guys. Anyway,
Thank you.
Richard,
Hi.
how you doing?
All right.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Dave says you've pretty much wrapped up the title already anyway.
I've still got to finish 2 races yet.
But was there a problem in qualifying? Because everything all right?
Yeah.
I thought at one point you were going quite slow, but it might just be me.
So I put new pads in it.
Right,
so
okay.
bedded them.
Yeah.
Slow lap, let them cool down. Back on it again for fast lap. So lap 4 was my quick lap.
Yeah.
And then I should really have come in then, but I kept going round and round a bit. As you do.
Never mind. Look, these clouds over here, they're looking a bit daunting, aren't they?
Yeah, but all
Not
right.
worried about that?
Well,
Nah.
no, no.
I just put this on my head. Good luck, mate. Cheers. There you go. That's a little bit earlier. That was Daniel Bowman, Kaylee Twigger, Dave Nixon and Richard Buckley, of course. The big question, we asked them there, red sauce or brown sauce? What are you going for? Tell us, comment below. We can see your comments. We want to hear from you. On your screen right now, you can see the qualifying results from a little bit earlier as well for the Cherish Vehicle Insurance MG Cup. And the man we just heard from, Richard Buckley, on pole position. Dave Nixon thinks he's pretty much wrapped up the title already. What do you think? That is in Class C, of course. We did catch up with Ian Bolton a little bit earlier too. He's going good in Class B. Looks like he could be, well, he will pick up the championship win there because there's no Ian Dowler here in Class B, but Fergus Campbell is flying as well. He's on pole position in Class B, it's Fergus Campbell. And in Class A, Marcus Short, he is looking like he could get the job done as well. He's about 5 or 6 points behind Joel Roy Hiley, but Short was 3.5 seconds faster in qualifying than Joel Roy Hiley, and barring any incidents or retirements, he needs to win both races, and if he does, he will be Class A champion. So all to play for, really, in Class C and Class A, although Richard Buckley is looking good for that Class C win. So really Class A is where a lot of it's going on. Yeah, good, how are you? All right? Yes.
But I'm not fine. But I'm just wondering if we're going to get a bit of carnage on the first lap of this race.
That's why we're here.
Don't mind, think
That's Dick Siddle there. I don't know if you heard the voice. The photographer for the MG Car Club just said to me, I'll come down to the first corner because I think there might be a little bit of carnage. Now, I can just see the safety car is just going round at the minute just to make sure everything is safe. So it's going to be an interesting race, this, isn't it? Richard Buckley, of course, on pole position. Fergus Campbell in second. It's going to be an absolute cracker, I think. Still plenty of moisture in the air. It is a wet track now, as you can see. In fact, into turn one, I don't know if we can just turn the camera and put it onto turn one. It looks like there's fair bits of a few puddles of water there. In fact, one of the marshals is just going over now to inspect and have a quick look. I wonder if they're going to get the broom out. It's still a few droplets of rain are falling as well. Very, very light though. But that is going to be very tricky into turn one, isn't it? Everybody just making sure everything's safe, ready to go. As you can probably tell, we are running significantly ahead of schedule as well. This race was due to get underway, not due to get underway for another 25 minutes yet, but we have, the reason we're live now is because we had the call to say they are going to release the cars as soon as possible. One or two still had to get in to assembly, but that was a good 10-15 minutes or so ago. So we are expecting track action to resume very shortly. The safety car drivers are out, the marshals are all back onto their posts, and I think I'm hearing something fire up. And I don't know if it's just one of the cranes down here, but after qualifying, tell us who do you think is going to win this race? Buckley on pole position in his Tomcat. Now, take away classes. What do we think? Fergus Campbell, Richard Buckley. Could it be Ian Bolton? Could it be somebody else? What do you think? Wet weather conditions, they throw a few curveballs in, don't they? This could be anybody. Is there an opportunity for somebody to spy something and nip through, maybe grab an unexpected podium, maybe even an unexpected race win? You just never know. This is the beauty of live motorsport. It's only live once, as they say at Sky, and they are absolutely correct. They really are. So the big question today, what is the source of champions? Is it red sauce? Is it brown sauce? Comment below. We want to hear from you. If you comment over at Live Sport Now on YouTube, that's us, that's our channel. We broadcast live motorsport, live golf, live football, live handball. We've got the Men's and Women's Premier Handball League, exclusive rights to that coming up this year and next year as well. How exciting is that? We even broadcast auctions as well. Huh? Make sure you subscribe to Live Sport Now on YouTube if you just love sport. If you love sport behind the scenes, think Netflix, Drive to Survive, and you've got Live Sport Now. That's what we are, not just in Formula 1, across multiple sports. Hit subscribe, and if you comment in that live chat section, we can show your comment on screen as well. This is your show. This is all about the drivers, the teams. It's about you as well. Not long to go now before we will be on track action. There's a link in the body of this broadcast to Live Sport Now on YouTube. Do hit it, do hit subscribe. We would love for you to see more of our motorsport action in 2022 and beyond as well. Right, it almost feels calm before the storm, doesn't it? It's really difficult to judge these things as to when to exactly go live. So we are just waiting. It is a real calm before the storm. I did see Marcus Short was still in the garage a little bit earlier, but he was helmet on, ready to go. Big day for him, isn't it? Is he about to be crowned the Cherished Vehicle Insurance MG Cup Class A champion? Well, we will find out over the course of this afternoon. This is about to be race one of two races for the MG Cup. Once this race finishes, we're going to head to Parc Fermé, hear from the drivers for the immediate live reaction in Parc Fermé. We're going to chat to as many as we possibly can. Then after that, we're going to bring you the first race of the day for the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup as well. That title is going down to the wire as well. Mark Eales and Mike Williams going toe-to-toe. Just 7 points separates them in a battle for third between Tim Shooter and Matt Simpson. There's 0 points separating them. They're both locked together at 117 points. So it's all to play for across all championships that we are covering today. But let's bring it back to the MG Cup for you. And I'll just run you through how the championship looks at this crucial stage. It is the season finale. 2 more times out this year for the Cherished Vehicle Insurance AMG Cup here at Snetterton this afternoon. That is it. So in Class C, Richard Buckley leads the championship with 123 points. Dave Nixon is in second place in Class C with 108. Kaylee Twigger in third in Class C with 65. In Class B, it's Ian Bolton leading the way with 137 points. Ian Dowler in second with 105. Fergus Campbell in third with 79 points, although there's no Ian Dowler. So that means Ian Bolton is effectively, he is champion. We're just waiting for the season to end so we can officially announce it in Class B. So congratulations to Ian Bolton. In Class A though, this is where it is very tight indeed. Just 6 points separates Joel Roy Hiley, who leads the championship on 89 points, from Marcus Short in second on 83. John Gills in third with 72, but John Gills not here this weekend. So that means the title fight goes down to Joel Roy Hiley and Marcus Short. And Marcus Short starts on pole in Class A. Joel Roy Hiley starts in second in Class A, but there are about 3 or 4 cars between them, so that could be quite exciting. With moisture on the track, it's going to throw a few things into disarray perhaps. Now, I don't know if I'm seeing a service vehicle still at the top of the circuit. Is that on the track or is it just off the track? I wonder if we can have a little look up there. We are running ahead of schedule, of course. There are 20 minutes to go. But we actually don't, I can't hear any on-track audio or commentary just as of yet. But they were saying, literally when we were down there 10 minutes ago, they're going to get things going as soon as possible. So I'm hearing a few engines starting to rumble up now. It won't be too long. Don't go anywhere. Do stick around with us. Hope you're having a nice day today. Tell us, where are you watching this coverage from? Are you at home? Are you at work? Are you out and about with the family? We had that downpour, didn't we? It's just off to the right of the camera now. I think it's chucking it down all the way over there, and the mist on the drive into Snetterton this morning. In fact, the cars are now coming out on track. We do have green flags as well, so we are about to get underway for race 1 of the Cherished Vehicle Insurance MG Cup. Safety car is there. There is Richard Buckley as well. Fergus Campbell just behind him, lights ablaze. There is Ian Bolton as well, going for this one. Jack Chapman, what a great qualifying from him. That was incredible stuff from him. There goes Daniel Bowman, looking eager in Class C. Starts second in Class C, does Bowman. Right, there is Dennis Robinson with Carl Robinson just behind him. Class B fight, that one. There's Marcus Short, your Class A leader, number 44 in the black, green and white Rover. Kaylee Twigger going through. There's Joel Roy Hiley. So there are 2 cars between Marcus Short and Joel Roy Hiley in Class A in favour of Marcus Short. Phil Rigby going through in the blue, white and sort of gold rimmed MGF in the invitational classes. Phil Rigby normally runs in the Cox Street Cup, but on his own invitational class here today. Car's just getting a good feel for it. Spoke to Richard Buckley, heard a little bit earlier. New brakes, so just getting those new brakes ready, getting them in, and look at the spray as it flies up. The Metros will probably be very grateful that they're after this race, because I'm sure with no rain it stays dry, that these MG Cup cars will get rid of an awful lot of moisture over the next 20 minutes. But expect plenty of drama into turn 1, because it is very wet indeed. Will everybody get through safely? Let's hope so. Dave Nixon, as we heard, he's got a bit of an issue with his Tomcat, so we're not really expecting him to fly through the field like he normally does, but you never know. Perhaps he's sandbagging. Perhaps he's managed to get the car sorted. He looked very relaxed when we spoke to him a little bit earlier, didn't he? I think he is going to be ready to go, go, go. So the car's on their formation lap now. 20-minute race here. We are live at Snetterton for the season finale, the first of 2 races to close out the season for the Cherished Vehicle Insurance MG Cup. So one more time, here's how your grid order looks as the cars make their way around. Let's just pop it back on screen for you as well. Richard Buckley starts on pole position, Fergus Campbell in second, Ian Bolton in third, Jack Chapman, great qualifying from him, in fourth place, Daniel Bowman in fifth, Dennis Robinson in sixth, Carl Robinson in seventh, Marcus Short in eighth, Steve Tyler in ninth, Kaylee Twigger in 10th, Joel O'Reilly is 11th, Phil Rigby is 12th, Dave Nixon will line up in 13th, unlucky for some, not for Dave. Doug Robson in 14th, Richard Sargent in 15th, and Gregory Elgood will line up in 16th. They are your 16 runners and riders for race 1 here of the Cherish Vehicle Insurance MG Cup live at Snetterton. Let's take that image down because it is almost time to go racing.
468.85 for 68 Richard Sargent, and 85 is Greg Elwood.
So they're just making their way down now into the final corner, going around Coram there, that long sweeping right-hander into Murray's. We've seen quite a lot of a few spins over there in the years, but the first corner, Rich is right here in front of us. That is going to be an absolute cracker. You're going to see him pound down the start-finish line here. Off goes the safety car. We're having another lap behind the safety car. I think this is obviously just to make sure that they're happy. In fact, are we going to have a safety car start? Is that what we're doing? And let me have a little look to see if the clock has started. I think it might well have done. So the car's going through behind the safety car once again. I'm not having that it started yet actually, so I think we are going to have a standing start as per usual. They're just doing 2 formation laps just to get a feel, make sure everything's nice and safe. I mean, it really is, it's going to dry up very quickly here, I think sort of 6-7 laps in, and we're going to have a dry, well, less than that really, sort of probably 3 or 4 laps, and it's almost going to be a dry track again. They're doing a good job of getting rid of an awful lot of moisture, but they're going to be very tentative on the opening lap. Are we going to have a rolling start? That's the question. The clock has not started in this race though, so the clock has not started. We are not under race conditions yet. When we get your comments in, we want to hear from you. We are live across social media. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. We're also the only motorsport broadcasters in the UK to bring you the action live on Twitter, live on LinkedIn, and live on Twitch as well. Make sure you have your say. Head on over to Live Sport Now on YouTube. There's a link in the body of this broadcast. Give it a click. Make sure you hit subscribe as well so you don't miss any of our live action. And have your say. Comment in the live chat section. Get your messages of support shown on screen. We want to hear from you. We also want to know what's better, red sauce or brown sauce. What do you prefer? Tell us, what is the sauce of champions? Is it ketchup or is it brown sauce? For me, it's got to be ketchup, right? Surely. So around the cars go. I hope they're going to line up. I hope we're not going to have a standing start, but in the interest of safety, it's what is best for everybody, of course. The only real place, the track is very, very wet into turn 1 and Palmer just behind us, so we are stood in the right place to catch as much action as possible. We want everybody to get through safely. We want a solid, strong, clean race. And Richard Buckley chasing down the Class C title and the outright championship too, looking good for it as well, but he's got to finish. Ian Bolton is or will be at least crowned Class B championship because there's no Ian Dowler here, so Ian Bolton is guaranteed to, almost guaranteed. You never say guaranteed, should you, until it's all over. But Ian Bolton, it looks pretty set, doesn't it? It's about as certain as Max Verstappen to win the Formula 1 World Championship that Ian Bolton is going to be Class B champion. Still got a shot at winning outright as well. And then the big fight between Class A rivals, Marcus Short and Joel Roy Hiley. That one is to be decided. Joel Roy Hiley is the championship leader, but Marcus Short is just 6 points behind him, and he's on pole in Class A as well. This is going to be full of drama here at Snetterton. So the cars are looking like they're slowing down significantly this time.
5 times this season, once at Brands Hatch, then he won Candle Park, twice at Silverstone, and then Donington Park. Fergus Campbell, who's onside, who's won 3 times.
So let's have a little look this time.
Twice last time out at Alton Park.
So it looks like we are going to have our standing start. The cars are now lining themselves up on the grid. This is going to be an absolute thriller. 20 minutes of MG Cup action here live at Snetterton. It's all on the line for the drivers here. No more second chances. This is the season finale here, the first of 2 races this afternoon. Richard Buckley, he's got Fergus Campbell in that day-glow orange car alongside him, lights ablaze down there. Get ready for the roars. We are going to be racing very shortly. 16 cars in the Cherish Vehicle Insurance MG Cup today.
Championship leader coming in. He won 4 times within Class B. He won both races.
Here we go. I hope you're as excited as I am. We've got no fingernails left. Imagine being behind the wheel of these cars right now, facing that first corner with all of that standing water down there. It's been dry all day up until that one downpour, literally just before these cars. Well, whilst these cars are waiting in assembly, I mean, that's got to be a nerve shredder, isn't it? It really has. So the yellow flag just being waved. We are just waiting for the cars at the back to line themselves up, and then we'll be under race conditions. Can Richard Buckley close this one out? Can Marcus Short take a huge leap to that Class A title? Can Ian Bolton have a good go? So here we go, the 5-second board is up, the lights are on. We are about to go racing, and off we go. It is lights out, here we go. And I'm trying to see here to come inside. A good start by Fergus Campbell. It's Campbell who leads, Bolton alongside him as well. The slightly heavier Tomcats just getting a slower start, and they are neck and neck. Campbell and Bolton, this is the first and second in Class B, and it's Campbell who's going to lead into turn 1. Does everybody get round safely? So far they do. Kaylee Twigger just running a little bit wide, a little bit tentative round the outside. So Kaylee Twigger unfortunately drops to the back of the field, but round she goes. But everybody is round safely. I'm very, very pleased to save the head up to Wilson. Then you're going to come back into our eye line, down into Palmer, where we saw a spinner. Doug Robson in qualifying had a little moment around there earlier. Here they come now though. Ian Bolton is really going for this. He really wants the outright win, doesn't he? Ian Bolton trying to go around the outside of Fergus Campbell around Palmer. I don't think he's quite going to get it done there unless he can hold on to the traction. And he can. Ian Bolton leads. Ian Bolton leads the race. Magnificent stuff. He managed to hold on to it. Buckley in 3rd. So we've got Dennis Robinson there in 4th. Jack Chapman drops down to 5th. Wow, wow, wow. What a start that is. And already Kaylee Twigger has made up a few places. Daniel Bowman has dropped down the order significantly. There's Phil Rigby as well in the MGF in the invitation. Most. Wow, Ian Bolton leading the way. Or is it, hang on, is it Bolton or is it Chapman? I think it's Chapman. Apologies, it's Chapman who leads. It's Chapman.
Here, he's got himself up ahead of they've all worked their way.
Just reconnecting.
And it's Jack Chapman then who
Right, we are back. Apologies everybody about that. God. My word, this is full of drama. Richard Buckley. expecting carnage. We were expecting drama. Boy. In fact, I can tell we've got a spinner. Marcus Short spun. And it's so slippy down there. Everybody has to take evasive action. Wow, Palmer is very slippy down there. Who leads the way? Campbell in second, Bolton in. Chapman leading the way, Campbell was second, Bolton in third. Then we've got Dennis Robinson. Twigger, Bowman, Robson, Rigby. That's his 16 runners and riders. Twigger back on track again as well. Thank goodness.
Class C still. Qualifying session this morning. So second. Two laps, so in qualifying to hold up to 2:19.
Now quite comfortably, going very, very good indeed. nobody. Apologies about that. We did just run into a bit of a technical issue down there. I think the coverage is getting as excited as I am down here. It really has been full of excitement and full of drama here. Hopefully we should be okay right to the end of this race now. Yes, it is race 1, and there has been so much drama going on down Palmer, down into the first corner as well. It is Jack Chapman who leads the way, Fergus Campbell in second place. What a result this would be for Jack Chapman. You can just see him going around Palmer. That is the corner that is causing all sorts of trouble here today. Chapman, a 2:42.138, fastest lap of the race. Campbell in second. Robinson, that's Dennis Robinson, is in third place. Ian Bolton is in fourth place. Then we've got Carl Robinson in fifth, Hiley in sixth, Buckley in seventh, Nixon in eighth. Now that matters as well. Buckley had an off early on in this race. Here they come round Palmer now, very slippy down there. In fact, you have to be incredibly tentative around there. We've got Tyler in ninth, Sargent in 10th, Bowman in 11th, Marcus Short in 12th. Now that matters quite a lot as well, because Hiley is up to 6th place. Short pretty much has to win. Twigger is now up to 13th. Then we've got Doug Robson, we've got Elgood and Rigby. They are your 16 runners and riders as they come down, almost getting too much power in those Tomcats. It's causing them all sorts of issues. God, they look like they're really struggling to get traction down, aren't they? Full of drama here. We're just double checking a few things in the back, just to make sure everything is okay. Yeah, we are back as well. Yeah, thanks for sticking by, everybody. Just, I think the signal getting as excited as we were a little bit earlier. Right, we still have 9 minutes of this race to go. It is Jack Chapman leading the way, qualified in 4th. He got the jump on everybody at the start. Campbell in 2nd place. Robinson now up to 3rd as well. Ian Bolton is 4th. Then we've got Carl Robinson. There is your race leader. That is Jack Chapman. He is absolutely flying at the minute, out there on his own. I wonder if he just changed and went for that wet setup late, and a few of the other drivers clearly stayed on a dry setup. And he's got a huge lead, hasn't he? Here comes Fergus Campbell now. He's about to appear in your screen as well, Class B as well. So this is actually 1-2 in Class B. And just to let you know the difference here, last time around, Jack Chapman did a 2:40.443. That is 7 seconds faster than anybody else. 7 seconds faster than the rest of the field. Jack Chapman is absolutely flying now with 8 minutes of this race still to go. Wow, oh wow, oh wow. So Chapman, Campbell, then we've got Dennis Robinson, Ian Bolton, then Carl Robinson, then Hiley. That's really important for Class A because he's ahead of Marcus Short, who had that off at Palmer a little bit earlier. Now there's Richard Buckley about to come through your screen as well. He's really going with great guns for this. But Bowman's made up a position as well. So it's Hiley in 6th, Buckley in 7th, Nixon in 8th, Tyler in 9th. Bowman has now got himself up to 10th. Look, we've got a smattering of cars. Oh, Bowman's gone off. Bowman's gone off straight into turn 1. And I think Steve Tyler did as well. Tyler and Bowman straight off at turn 1 here. My word, this is still so wet, isn't it? We've got a yellow flag into turn 1, obviously for both those drivers going off, but it's the amount of dirt that they bring back onto the track as well, which causes all sorts of problems for these drivers. My word, here comes Marcus Short into turn 1. You're looking at Richard Buckley. Richard Buckley goes sideways, almost he power slides around Palmer, manages to keep it going. Wow, the power on those Tomcats is so much, isn't it? They have to go so tentatively and slow around these corners. And Fergus Campbell was getting a little bit wide up the top of our screen as well. Wow. Now here comes Bowman and Tyler there with Bowman with the pink and blue car there. Both of them having a bit of mirror image off at turn 1, managing to keep going though. We still have 16 of the 16 who started this race, so no retirements from this race yet. We've still got 7 minutes left to go, plenty of time. Marcus Short's just come in. I can just see him beneath me. You're not looking at him now, you're looking at Richard Buckley, and he has just got... where is Dave Nixon? Dave Nixon was behind him. Oh, I'm trying to see, and there's Hiley. So I think Hiley, yeah. So Buckley has got past Hiley then on that last lap. So Buckley's now past Hiley. Bowman got past Sargent on that last lap as well. I mean, it's quite crazy. Where they qualified, they're going completely different places. Buckley qualified on pole position, he's now 7th. Chapman qualified in 4th, he's now in 1st. And Jack Chapman, he has got some serious pace. He's going around turn 1 already. So Jack Chapman is in turn 1 already. He's just under 240.096, fastest lap of the race again. Look how tentatively Marcus Shaw has to go around these corners, the infield section here on the Snetterton 300. This is quite remarkable, this really is. My word, this has been a real feast on the eyes, and already Jack Chapman is coming in and he's getting close to Phil Rigby and Gregory Elgood in the MGS at the back of the field. Chapman must be on a wet setup because he is absolutely flying around Snetterton. He has got a 29.9 second lead over Fergus Campbell in 2nd place. So Chapman has pulled an absolute blinder out of the bag here, and he is surely, if you could just keep it on track with 5 minutes to go, going to take the checkered flag and win the race here. Fergus Campbell in 2nd place, just posted a 2:48.834. So Campbell was nearly 9 seconds on that last lap alone, faster than the rest of the field. Now watch how tentatively they have to come round Palmer here. Fergus Campbell just went through. Here comes Dennis Robinson now, the 14, the blue car. There's Ian Bolton in Class B as well. He's got Class B wrapped up. There is Carl Robinson in the 444 grey MG coming through too. We've got a bit of a battle going on into turn 1 as well now. Sargent and Bowman going toe to toe. And Tyler in that plethora, that's making up that trio there. So it's Tyler leading that trio. Sargent in 10th, Bowman in 11th. In fact, Sargent got past Bowman on that last lap, just to show. Now look at Richard Buckley as he comes into Palmer, this left-hander. They've got to go so close into it, as does Marcus Short as he goes into turn 1. There goes Joel Roy Hiley. Now he's going to extend his championship lead in Class A. This is huge because it might wrap up the Class A title for him as well. Incredible, incredible. This is the very best of motorsport. You just don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of sports you can predict, a lot of motorsports you can predict. You can't predict the Cherished Vehicle Insurance MG Cup. 4 minutes left to go. This has thrown up an incredible curveball, one of the most dramatic, exciting races we've seen all season. It's just unpredictable. So I put my winter jacket on a little bit earlier as well because that's how wet and cold it is today. But it's Chapman leading the way. She's done a 2:41.366, comfortably in the lead. Chapman running in Class B, and oh, Phil Rigby comes off as well. He just puts a couple of wheels on the dirt, just getting a bit out of sorts around Palmer. Off goes Phil Rigby, but he gets back on track. But Elgood goes through in a little MGF battle.
Should be able to hang on to on the road over the last couple of laps.
I just can't believe how slippy it still is down here. There's Fergus Campbell goes through. Here comes your race leader. Jack Chapman's about to go through your screen. There he goes. That is your race leader there in the blue, red and white MG. He streams through your race leader by 35.5 seconds. He's going quite slow now, isn't he, really? Because instead of being 9 seconds faster last time around, he was only 6 seconds faster than everybody else last time around. So perhaps everybody else is starting to find their feet a little bit too little too late. We've only 2.5 minutes left on the clock. We're on the penultimate lap of the race already. Fergus Campbell just coming in. They just can't hit this apex round Palmer into turn 1 because it's too slippy. It's just too slippy. Ian Bolton just getting a little bit of understeer as he comes in as well. Carl Robinson makes it look nice and easy though. And Dave Nixon on the move in that last lap as well. So Dave Nixon is now past Hiley as well. So Hiley drops down to 8th. So Buckley's now back up to 6th despite starting on pole position. Nixon in 7th. Then we've got Hiley in 8th. Then we've got Tyler, Sargent and Beaumont just going through turn 1. They're about to appear on your screen. There they are right now. then we're still waiting for Marcus Short, Cayley Twigger, Doug Robson, Gregory Elgood and Phil Rigby. All 16, despite the incredibly difficult conditions and the number of cars going off track we've seen, all 16 who started the race are still circulating Snetterton 300 right now. How good is that? 1.5 minutes left on the clock before the checkered flag falls. As I said, this is now the penultimate lap for the race leader. Marcus Short just going through turn 1. He's just having to be so careful. He really is. Marcus Short just put his fastest lap of the race in last time around though, but would you believe it's a 2:59.996. To put that into contrast, Chapman's fastest lap of the race is a 2:40.096. Now the track starting to try. Oh, and Marcus Short just manages to hold it. I'll tell you what, that boy, sorry, it's Buckley, it's not Short, it's Buckley. Richard Buckley almost getting out of sorts, managed to hold it. I just saw the black sort of tomcat shape and managed to hold it and keep going. Doesn't lose a place, just loses a bit of time. Apologies to Marcus Short there because it wasn't him, it was Richard Buckley managing to hold it. Great car control. We see great car control from Marcus Short as well. My word, 30 seconds left on the clock. Is Chapman going to come over the line? He is, so we're going to have one more lap at the end of this. So the final lap board is out. In fact, Chapman is already through, isn't he? There he goes. So this is now the final lap of the race. He's lapping Phil Rigby there. He's already passed Gregory Elgood. Fergus Campbell in second place is just going through turn 1 now. Wow, this has been one of the hardest races I've actually tried to call as well, because it's just every lap, it's 5 or 6 different cars. Oh, Cayley Twigger's locked up going into... oh, she's managed to get round there. She's just gone off the track, but managed to keep going. I hope that's not a car issue. No, she's managed to keep going. Yeah, this has been one of the hardest races I've ever had to call. As you go heads into Oggies, just locking up, not managed to get that car stopped enough. Jack Chapman's going round Oggies now. He is the race leader. There goes Fergus Campbell, number 31. He's going to finish in second place. He was only 5 seconds ahead, faster than Campbell in that last lap. So if we had about another 100 laps, then they might catch up. Now, Dave Nixon and Richard Buckley are locked together. Now, that's important actually in Class C as well. That's 1-2 in the championship. If Dave Nixon can finish ahead, it might just spice things up a little bit for the final race, although I think even that might not be enough. I think it might still hand Buckley the Class C title, but plenty of drama, plenty to digest from this race. Sargent on that last lap has got past Tyler, so Sargent moves up to 9th. Tyler drops down to 10th. Bowman is in 11th place. There goes through Fergus Campbell now. What a race. What a start. It's been full of drama. I've just not known where to look. Now, the big thing is, can Dave Nixon there, can he get past Richard Buckley? That's the question, isn't it? That is a question. Now, Dave Nixon will want to. He will really want to. We know he's a great racer, is Dave Nixon. Normally a lightning starter as well. So Jack Chapman comes over, he wins, he absolutely nails the setup. There he goes, there's your race winner, Jack Chapman. Incredible, incredible, barely raced this season at all actually with the Church Vehicle Insurance MG Cup. Pops in the car, wins the race as well. Incredible stuff from Jack Chapman. Well done indeed. Cayley Twigger comes over the line. She finishes in 13th place. Robson is 14th. Rigby is 15th. Elgood will be in 16th place, but we've still got cars battling, jostling for position out on track at the minute. Still got Campbell, Robinson, Bolton, Robinson, Buckley, Nixon, Hiley, Sargent, Tyler, Bowman is sure to finish this race and take the checkered flag. We saw there's a battle going on between Buckley and Nixon. This is not over yet.
After 8 laps, he was 45 seconds behind the winner.
So Fergus Campbell's just come over the line as well. There is Chapman, look, arms ablaze, and rightly so as well. They're going to head in. We're going to head down to Parc Ferme. Most of the rest of the drivers now are coming over the line as well. Great race for Dennis Robinson and Carl Robinson too. They finished 4th, 5th respectively. It's a podium for Ian Bolton. He finishes 3rd overall and 3rd in class, I believe, as well, because let me just double check. But I do believe that, yes, Jack Chapman is Class B. So it's 3 Class B cars in 1, 2, 3. In fact, I tell a lie, it's actually the top 5 are all Class B cars. Then we've got Richard Buckley and Dave Nixon, who are both Class C cars. Then we've got Hiley. So congratulations to Joel Roy Hiley in Class A, who wins Class A and will take a huge, giant step towards the Class A title. Morgan Short, maybe I put the kibosh on him a little bit. Looks like Buckley, by the way, did manage to hold off Nixon right on the line too. Let's pop TSL up on the screen. We're going to head down to Parc Ferme and see if we can chat to as many drivers as we possibly can. Well, thanks for sticking through that with us as well. It's full of drama. It's really hard to call, and of course we did have a slight technical hitch during that as well, but I'm pleased to say we are back. We are staying live. We're going to make our way down to Parc Ferme, have a chat with some of the drivers, because I can tell you there's going to be some stories. That was dramatic. That was full of drama. My word. My word. Oh, what a cracker that was. You can see on screen now how it finished up. We will need to get the calculators out and work out exactly what it means for the championship. But don't worry, we will bring you race 2 as well a little bit later, where we'll have a clearer picture of how things currently look. Let's just leave it on screen just whilst we make our way down to Parc Ferme. It's not that far to go, I'm pleased to say. I can see the race winner over here, Jack Chapman, and almost disbelieving, I think. But I don't see why, because he was sensational. Oh, it looks like Jack Chapman is disappearing. We'll catch up with him a little bit later, but not to worry. Let's see if we can grab a quick word with one or two of the drivers whilst we're here. Let's just grab Kaylee before she disappears. Kaylee, don't run off. I wanted to grab Jack. What's going on? No one's here to greet you.
I know. I don't know where everyone is.
What's it like? Absolutely carnage out there.
Well, mine was just, it kept locking up on the front passenger and I just couldn't do no with it. And
Yeah.
I've got
right. Droggies a few times. It was quite tricky out there.
It just kept locking up and I just couldn't do no with it. So
Yeah.
I was like, do you know what? Just finish the race.
Finish the race, you've done that, and we'll have a dry one later, right?
Yeah, well, it's got something wrong with the brakes on it. I don't know, there's
I don't
something
think you
wrong
use
with
brakes, Kaylee.
it. Yeah. So I end up locking up and going into the grass.
Oh, no.
Plenty of ballerina in.
Well, it looked good. It looked good on the camera anyway.
It wasn't in the car. Jesus. I'll let you get on them.
Cheers, Kaylee. Thank you very much. Let's grab Dave.
Not bad for a 3-cylinder car, was
I was going to say, I was saying actually on commentary, Dave says he's got all these problems. Ah, no way. Not for a man of your skill.
No, it helped me with exiting out the corners, not too much power. It was almost like traction control, it worked.
Yeah.
But once I got up to full revs, went on fine. I was just playing with Richard. I wouldn't have passed him because I know he needs the points to make sure he gets through to the next race.
Yeah. Well, it was a cracker.
Yeah,
it was
fun.
very exciting.
Good fun.
Sometimes they're the best ones, Dave, because they're so unpredictable, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just a shame my car isn't up to it at Alton Park. But there you go, that is how it is.
Well done, Dave. Thank you very much. Let's keep going, actually. I'm pleased to say, actually, a number of the cars are still here, and actually, we can go talk to them because they're not that far away either. I can see Phil Rigby's up here as well. Let's go have a chat with Phil in a second. We'll just let him get out of the car in a minute. I want to cut through really if I can without getting run over. That was Dennis from. So there's Ian Bolton there. Let's grab Phil Rigby over here, who normally, as we know, runs in the Cockshoot Cup, but he's here today in his own class. Congratulations, Phil, you won the invitational class. It looks a lot of fun out there.
Oh yes, by Jove, yes, yeah. First time on a wet track on the wrong tyres, so
you weren't,
whole new
you
experience.
weren't the only one, don't worry. What was it like there? Because I know it's your own invitational class, but you're racing, aren't you? You still want to beat everybody, and of course you had Gregory
absolutely.
in the other MGF.
Absolutely.
And you had a nice little battle with him.
First class, yeah. Great with Greg, first class, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I snaked out a few times, but that was just to let him pass, you know.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, we saw that.
Yeah, I meant
thought
to do
that's what
it,
you're doing. Of course, we're going to have race 2 a little bit later,
Yep.
and we should have dry, so a completely different race,
Oh,
right?
no, you're talking.
Good man, Phil. It's good
I'll
to see you.
put my wets on then.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Let's keep going down, shall we? Because we've got a number of drivers up here.
Tractor, you'd have done better on that.
Yeah. Let's keep going down. I do want to catch up with Jack as well. Jack! That was insane.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Excited. I don't really know. I've never won a race before, and to outright win the class as well, and by that gap apparently, because I don't really know, because I just looked forward, didn't look at my mirrors once, and just stuck my head down, and it was only when I realised that, hold on a minute, he's not behind me.
I think I owe you a big apology actually, because your
Go on.
car looks a little bit like Ian Bolton's car.
It
And for the
does.
first lap, I was like,
Yeah.
Ian Bolton's got the lead, and
Yeah.
it was you.
Oh really?
So
Oh, brilliant.
I offer you a big apology. But
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, throughout the race, you were just going quicker and quicker and quicker. At one point, you were going about 12 seconds faster than everybody else.
Really?
At the end,
Yeah.
you were only 5 or 6 seconds faster than everybody else.
Yeah.
What's going on, Jack? What?
I don't know. I really don't know.
He's in the up. Look, how does it feel? Because I know it's his first ever win.
Yeah.
Is it just a bit of time to sink in and then
exactly
a bit of
that.
celebration
Exactly
later?
that.
Yeah.
A big celebration. Hopefully next race can be the same. I wouldn't mind that.
Absolutely. Why not? So if you get the setup nailed again, who
Yeah.
knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
Jack, congratulations.
I'd like to take a big thanks
Please
to
do.
British Legends, Trek Tyres, and Paul Cooper Motorsport.
Can I
Thank
just
you.
say as well, though,
Yeah.
this wasn't a fluke either, because you're qualifying
Yeah.
in dry conditions when everybody had equal machinery
Yeah.
was insane.
Yeah.
So you're
Thank
a real
you.
talent. Well done.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Congratulations, buddy. Yeah, that was no fluke win, by the way. That wasn't just because of conditions. Yes, it helped, but it made. But his qualifying was pretty impressive as well too. Let's go have a chat with Daniel Bowman, shall we, and see how that was, because he was having a race full of drama as well. It looks like he's getting the car jacked up. Is everything all right, Dan? Everything all right with it? No. It was
on the second corner.
Oh,
Both rear wheels are facing different directions.
ah, okay. Fixable?
Not the best place to be.
Doubtful. Okay, right, let's keep going. Let's have a little look behind the scenes actually whilst we're here. We're going to say live because we've got the Metro Cup race coming up shortly, not just yet. There is a race in between. I think it might be the Morgans or something like that going on at the minute. But before we do that, I just wanted to pop down. Let's see if we can find Marcus as well, shall we? Marcus Short, because he was down here. Not quite the race he wanted either, because he was in the battle for Class A. Hasn't quite gone his way, I don't think. Always good to hear from the drivers, though. Let's keep moving down. In fact, let's go down the pit lane, shall we, and see who's about, see what's around, see if we can find anybody to talk to, see if we can have a good chat. We've got Gregory Elgood's car in here. I wonder if Greg's around in the MGF as well. He was having a nice dice with his good mate Phil Rigby as well, wasn't he? So let's go find Greg and have a chat with him.
For race 5, the Hickford Construction Limited MGCC
Here he is.
Metro Cup. That's race 5, the Hickford Construction Limited MGCC Metro Cup.
Right, how was that?
Interesting.
It's like driving on ice at times out there.
Yeah, that was like a drifting lesson.
Yes. Yeah.
That was very slippery. But the funny thing is, from the start line up till like the Bentley Straight,
Yeah.
that half of the track was soaking wet.
Yeah.
This half of the track was almost bone dry, apart from the Coram, the long
Yeah, the
sweeping,
long
that was a little
right-hander.
bit damp.
It looked like the worst place was Palmer, actually, the left-hander as you come down here. Everybody was running into trouble there.
Coming out of the top of the straight, going into that first corner, that was like the slipperiest part, that was the wettest bit.
Yeah.
And then along that top straight there, up to the hairpin. But yeah, no, that was good fun. I think I only spun once.
Yeah, you had a good dice with Phil as well out there, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, he kept overtaking me and then ended up in the grass.
Yeah.
So I then swiftly took that place back.
Battle of the MGS, right?
That was,
No, hopefully we should have a dry race for race 2.
Hopefully,
So,
I don't think we'll forecast any more rain until like later on this evening. Tomorrow, is it?
Tomorrow would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Look, well done anyway, mate. Thanks for talking to us. Good man indeed. There is Marcus Short's car over there as well. They're just having a bit of a debrief, so let's just keep moving down a little bit, shall we, as well. The cars ahead. Looks like, I think it's the Morgans actually out on track. Is it the Morgans out on track or a bit? No, it's the Midget Sprites out on track. As you can see, they are just having a bit of a tester at the minute as well. So we're going to head back actually into the paddock. Let's get ourselves through if we can. We'll just nip through here. I'm sure they won't mind. Hello, mate. You all right? Yeah. Good. Yes, very good. Thank you. And let's just make our way back a little bit up to the paddock. Full of drama, that race, wasn't it? Wow, oh wow, oh wow. And I hope that doesn't spell the end. That's not the end, is it? That was dramatic, to say the least, wasn't it? Yeah. What's it like watching it as a farmer?
Terrible, because I made the wrong decision. I put the wets on, but they were supposed to start green flag at past.
Yeah.
But they didn't green flag till 22, and that made a bit of a difference.
Yeah.
But he's never driven in the wet before.
Yeah, he said earlier.
So we wanted to give him the best opportunity, and it was just the wrong call. So my fault, unfortunately. He came out of it smiling, saying, phlegmatic about it, and said, well, it's all part of the learning.
It is part of the learning curve,
Yeah. Well, we gave him the chance to come in on the green flag laps, because there was 2 of them, and I said, look, if you think it's going to dry, or it's not suitably wet, come in and we can start it from the pit lane.
Yeah.
And but he the only saving grace is he took the decision himself, and he'll learn, as we all have in racing, from our mistakes. That's how you learn.
He's a young lad, isn't he? He's got a bright future ahead of him. We've seen, and by the way, some of the car control around Palmer as he was going sideways was unbelievable.
Well, also it's really nice to see the Class B cars doing so well, and I don't know the lad that won it, but I think it was his first win. But that was
we just spoke to Jack. My word,
dominant.
He's emotional.
Dominant. That was fantastic what he did, and to beat Fergus
Campbell.
That's extraordinary. So well done to him.
In fact, you say that, I think top 5 are all Class B cars. So, there we go.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, it's really nice to see. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see what happens in race 2.
Exactly. Still another racing car. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much. That's Martin Short there, the father of Marcus Short. There's Richard Buckley up there. I wonder if we can grab a quick word with Richard, see how he's feeling after that one, because it was quite slidey out there, wasn't it? I'm still struggling to work out how to call that particular race. We are staying live, of course. Don't forget, in the next bit we've got the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup race, but we thought we'd just potter around a little bit behind the scenes in the gap between, because it's only a 20-minute gap. There's a 20-minute race about to go on the Midgets and Sprites, so we're going to stay live for it as well. Let's just have a quick word with Richard. We'll see if we can find Joe O'Reilly down there as well, because that was a big win for him in Class A. All right, Richard. I don't know if this is circuit racing or rallying out there in that one. That was wow, something, wasn't it?
That was keep it on the black stuff as much as possible and get it back. And that was it.
A few people have said to me that side of the track was fairly dry. It was just corner 1, Oggies, Palmer, really causing. I mean, I saw how slow you guys had to take it. Was it just getting the traction down? You just couldn't get any traction.
Just couldn't do anything. Couldn't stop. Couldn't go. Couldn't do anything. Couldn't go.
Well, you did all right though. You still finished 6th, I think.
Yeah, it was just. I just literally just drove it to just keep on the track.
Yeah.
Literally just keep it on the track. And I just watched him in the mirror to see. I knew Dave was there, so just literally pegging him. And then I did a couple of laps a little bit quicker, just to you know, but then you go quick and you go quick through a corner and the thing goes sideways. So
you can go off very, very quickly, can't you? It is motorsport, it's unpredictable. We should have a dry race later. That's going to be a big difference, right?
Yeah. Although I've only need to finish.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Just go around at like 20 miles an hour.
Just
get lapped.
I'm going to do a lap and I'll come into the pits. I'll pick you up.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I'll have a coffee waiting for you.
Yeah, we'll do a few laps.
And then, well, look, I'll drive it for you. Nobody knows. Put a helmet on. Nobody
I'm
knows
not
who
that
it
desperate.
is. You said you want to finish. Well, have a chin anyway. We'll see you later, mate. Oh dear, let's keep going down. Yeah, he wants to finish, doesn't he? So better not stick me behind the wheel of the car. Over here we've got John Roy Hiley, winner in Class A. That was very important indeed. How you doing? All right? How was it out there, by the way?
It looked slippy. It was like Snetterton drift. Yeah, it was a good race, but people going off all over the place. But I had a couple of very, very close calls, but managed to get it over the line in the end.
Yeah, I mean that's the important thing, isn't it?
Yeah, back in one piece and.
We're going to have a completely different race in race 2, aren't we?
Yes, and hopefully it dry out a bit and speed will pick up. Yeah, there's not much give in there in the wet, any kind of.
But important for the championship though, right?
Yeah, very much. So Marcus, I think I'll get in front of Marcus, which was good because there's only a few points, I think, between me and him.
There was at the start. I think it was
six maybe.
6 or 7 at the start of the day.
Yeah, so qualifying wasn't great. So I don't know if he picked up an extra point in there or not, but yeah, needed the win in the first race.
Yeah.
Hopefully second race as well.
Congratulations, buddy. Who knows? Might be champion later, who knows? I won't say anything though, because I just drop people in it all the time. Let's keep going down, shall we? Let's have a quick chat. Oh, we've got Steve Tyler over here. Let's have a quick word with him. You must be proud of him, eh? Right? Did he do well?
Yeah, he did. Well, yeah, I didn't see it. I was at the back falling all over the place. But yeah, he's done me proud. Yeah. And he deserves a clean race. You know, it's 2 years in the making. He just needs to get out there. No one gave him any grief, which no one did. Everyone's quite calm out there. Although we had a few people on and off and flying around.
Well, 16 starters, 16 finishes in those conditions. I think it's pretty
good
going, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, we had a few instances in mine, and I see a few people in front, and we had a few spinners in front of us. But I mean, apparently they tell me he got away, got a good gap first lap, and just drove it.
Yeah.
So at least I can build a good car. Yeah. It might look a bit scrappy now, but it's still going all right.
Who cares if it wins?
Don't care. It's the best car ever now, isn't it?
No, it's a clean race. I mean, it was fairly comfortable, wasn't it? I mean, it was like.
Was it comfortable?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, at the end of the day, the car was planted. The car felt good. I felt the track conditions and just went through it. Yeah, and kept a clear head. That's important. Clear head.
That is. Guys, best of luck for race 2.
Thank you. Hopefully.
It will be dry, yeah. We've got the brolly now, so it was bound to be dry. Right, we are going to make our way back to our usual position for race 1 of the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup. And I'll tell you something, if it's anything like race 1 of the Cherry Insurance MG Cup, my word, are we in for a treat. Now, a little bit earlier, at lunchtime, the MG Metros had a track parade to celebrate Metros. It's the biggest grid they've had in over 6 years. In fact, arguably one of the biggest grids we've ever seen of Metros. And I'm pleased to say for race 1 it's going to get even bigger. There's going to be 23 Metros out on track. Richard Cowley is here. He managed to complete his qualifying laps during the lunch hour as well. So he is going to be out on track. We are going to have 23 Metros. Fingers crossed, actually, Kyla Guerra can get her car fixed and get out on track for this race coming up very shortly. But we had a little look and we had a little chat actually at the track parade with a gentleman who bought his A-Reg Metro in absolute pristine condition down, and we had a good chat about what the Metro means to him. Roll V2. How you doing, buddy? You all right? Good to see you, mate. You well?
Yeah. Non-racing car.
Oh, let's have a look at it. So this is your, how often do you drive this? Is it a daily?
No, it's not daily. It's just a bit of fun, really.
I'll tell you what, it's in incredible condition.
I love car shows, so yeah, I've had it recently resprayed back in June.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a few little modifications to it. I'll try to keep it standard as I could.
Yeah. Original, I love the brown interior, by the way.
It's original, and it's only done literally 26,000 miles. Original.
26,000 miles.
Yeah.
Wow. What plate is it?
It's not 83 A-Reg.
Oh, A-Reg.
And the only sort of extras or mods I've done to it is I've put the later lattice alloy wheels on it, and I've also done a monoflow exhaust system
Wow.
That's probably mainly the mods really it's had. Underneath, obviously, as you know, they used to rot.
Yeah.
Known as like, one sort of piece of tin really. So learned by the lessons. So my mate who actually runs the business, he got restored that. Learned by the lessons, so we sealed up all the water traps.
Oh, wow.
Underneath the arches all been dripped by Raptor.
Right.
Underneath it's all raptored. So it's I spent quite a lot of money on that car.
How long have you had this Metro then? How long?
3 years.
So is it? I always say labour of love, but it's a love project, right?
Yeah. It's kind of a love project because I've got bought with Metros.
Yeah.
I love them.
What is it about Metro then? Tell us. I mean, I love them. Most people watching love them.
Yeah,
but for those who are watching, think, they're just little cars.
Well, yeah, exactly that. I mean, back in the 1980 when they were released, when they sort of brought out to the general public, they were what they were. They're like today's Corsa.
Yeah. Yes, they were. Yeah. That's
And really, they just bought as run-around cars. A lot of them.
Yeah.
They were used to do the job, and once they've done the job, that was it. It's only now that you've sort of realised the Survivors are classics.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they are sort of a wanted classic now, I think.
They are.
If you look on eBay, and you can look at ones that are probably not even half as good, and they're fetching 4,000-5,000.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, to me that's worth a lot more than that. For me, that's unsellable.
Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like.
Do you know what I mean? I don't intend to sell it. So.
I'll give you 100 grand for it. No chance. I don't have 100.
That'd be like, there's a check. I can buy more there to get more. More back to the standard then, can't I?
But thanks so much for sharing your story. Incredible. Really, thank you for coming down. I really appreciate it. Put the qualifying image up. For Metros. So there you go, that was a little bit earlier, that was great to see as well. The AE Reg Metro out on track for its track parade. Lovely to see so many Metros as well. In fact, there was a few more. I did take a couple of pictures whilst just pottering around and having a little look at the parade, because they did pull into the pit lane too. So I just had a nice little chat and a nice little look, chat to some of the drivers and see what a Metro means to people as well. And it means an awful lot, I can tell you that. Have you ever had a Metro? Tell us, comment below if you've had a Metro. We want to hear from you. So that's how qualifying finished a little bit earlier. I'll tell you the stories very shortly. We just got to, you can just hear a bit of track action actually from the cars ahead. This is the Midget and Sprite Challenge. So qualifying for the Metros, you just had the image on screen again. I'll talk you through it now, so let's just pop it back on screen, shall we? It was very exciting as well. It's Jack Ashton, the man on pole position. Bearing in mind, of course, he hasn't raced all season with the Hickory Construction Limited MG Metro Cup. Goes and sticks it on pole. Apparently the car has been sat at home for a while. We just heard, we'll hear from him very shortly as well. Mike Williams in second place. Dan Bolster, what a great qualifying that is for Dan. He's in third place. Robbie Kennan in fourth. Mark Eales in fifth. Now that matters because Mark Eales is the championship leader but he's only about 7 points ahead of Mike Williams, who starts in second. So Eels and Williams will be going toe-to-toe for the title this afternoon. Richard Gerrard in fifth, Tim Shooter in fourth. That's important. Tim Shooter is level of points with Matt Simpson, 117 points each. That is the battle for third place outright in the championship. Dick Trevette in eighth, Dan Willis in ninth, Phil Goodwin in 10th, John Moore in 11th, Matthew Simpson in 12th. Then Les Tyler, Tony Howe, Richard Jessup, Chris Sobey, Timothy Davis, Ben Young, Neil Burdett, Stephen Williams, Luke Johnson and Kyler Gerrard. Now, a little bit earlier, as we heard, we spoke to the pole man, Jack Ashton, and we also had a good chat with Phil Goodwin too, to find out why it's so good racing in the MG Metro Cup. Roll VT. Phil Goodwin here. Let's just have a quick chat with Phil. Phil, how's that out there?
Yeah, it's fun.
22 Metros, this is something, isn't it?
It's really good on the grid, yeah, good turnout, nice weather, so yeah, enjoyed it, but yeah, as you can see, hard work out there. I don't know how I've come, but yeah, I just got held up flat spotting my tyres a little bit, nearly went into the back of Dan, but on new tyres, just not used to where they're gripping. But yeah, it's really fun.
For the races, you've learnt a bit, right? And for the races, you're going to be flying.
Yeah, my braking points are altered a little bit because I'm not used to having new tyres. Yeah. So yeah, it's good though, but it's fun. And
just go do about 500 laps around the car park. You'll be all right.
I wished I'd done that 15-minute qualify but testing this morning. Just that'd have been sensible. But I'm not in the points, Hammer, so I'm here for fun for the day. So I shouldn't get too wound up. Yeah, so I don't know how I've qualified, but hopefully we'll have a couple of good races and good end to the season, hopefully.
Nice one. Cheers, Phil. You better go do something. I saw something on Facebook just saying that you posted on Facebook, I'm just going to come out for a bit of a laugh, you know, I'm not in a tight fight, I'm just going to stay out of everybody's way. You just, you know, car sat still for like 2 years, ain't done anything, pole by 0.8 of a second. You're a liar. You're a liar. I'm joking.
I can't. I've got to drive it as hard as I can, isn't it? It's the whole point of what we're here for. But no, it is good fun. Quite a weird session, constantly battling understeer through left-handers, which was weird, but it makes sense now with the flat tyre, so hopefully we can fix that.
Were you thinking there is the pace in this, or are you surprised?
I'm surprised, 100% surprised I'm on par with it. Through left-handers I had nothing, and it was popping out of second gear, so I was trying to use third as much as I could.
So you go even quicker then?
Yeah.
Well done, Jack, congratulations, pole position there. So that was Phil Goodwin and your pole man, Jack Ashton, a little bit later. Now, we've actually got a camera on Palmer's at the minute, and we're just going to keep the camera on Palmer's, the corner. It's a left-hander. The cars will go swing around to the right as you look at it on screen, of course, and it's proving all sorts of problems here in the midget sprites, just as it did for the MG Cup. So let's just have a little watch of this, see what these Metro Cup drivers are going to be faced with as they come around. It's going to get drier and drier and drier, of course, but it is still cold and there is still enough moisture to make things a little bit tricky indeed. We've got James Wheeler racing in this as well, of course, James from the BCV8 Championship too. Good to see him involved. So plenty of excitement coming up for the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup race. If it's anything like that MG Cup race, my word, we're in for a treat. As soon as we get the official classifications for the MG Cup, we will let you know, and as soon as we know more about the championship standings, we'll also let you know on that one too. Now, we've been asking people what is the source of champions today. Is it red sauce or is it brown sauce? What do you think? Comment below, tell us, we want to know, we want to hear from you. Oh, we've got another car off actually there, going around Oggies, as you can see in the Midget and Sprite Challenge. You have to be very careful there, there you go, but get back on nice and safely. You can just see how slippy it still is out there. It hasn't rained for a while. This is now the second race since the wet weather conditions, but it's still proving tricky for people. Certainly Palmer, Oggies in turn one. In fact, we've almost got a trio of corners with the camera. It's a great place to be stood here at Snetterton, and it really, really is. People are struggling to get stopped heading into Oggies. Difficult corner indeed, even in the dry it's tricky, but they are just about managing to get through. So we've only got 5 minutes or so to the checkered flag falls on this midget and sprite race, and we'll get things underway. Critical time for the MG Metro Cup. Let me just reiterate once again what is up for grabs here. It is the World Championship of the Metros, as I've decided to call it. Mark Eales is championship leader. He's got a 7-point lead over Mike Williams, and Mike Williams starts on 2nd place. Mark Eales starts in 5th. For the battle for 3rd in the championship, it is Tim Shooter and Matt Simpson locked together on 117 points each. So basically, whoever finishes ahead of the other, great, that's job done. But there's 2 races to go today. We're about to have race 1. In fact, there's not going to be much time in between, is it? It's going to be go, go, go all throughout the course of today. After this race, we're going to have a quick chat with the drivers in Parc Fermé, and we're going to break off for a short break before getting back out on track for the final 2 races of the day. That will be for the MG Cup, and the MG Metro Cup has the honour actually of being the very final race of the entire season for the MG Car Club. Yes, it's the season finale. It ends this afternoon, in fact this evening. It's not scheduled to get underway until about 6 o'clock this evening, the 2nd MG Metro Cup race, but they are trying to run the timetable ahead. As we said, we were about 15-20 minutes ahead of schedule for the MG Cup race, so the idea is to stay ahead of schedule as much as possible all the way to the evening if we can. But it will be the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup with 23 cars who will have the honour of closing out the MG Car Club Motorsport season for 2022. What a season it has been. If you do want to find out more about the MG Metro Cup, you can. There is a link in the body of this broadcast that will take you straight through to the website. There's also a link in the body of the broadcast to our YouTube channel. It's called Live Sport Now. If you want to have your say, make sure you head on over, give it a click, make sure you hit subscribe as well, so you don't miss any of our motorsport action in 2022 and next year as well. But if the real reason for doing that is actually if you comment in the live chat section, we can show your comment on screen. This is all about you. This is your show as well. So talk to us. Tell us, are you enjoying the coverage today? Where are you? In the UK? Are you overseas? We've got a global distribution network. Hello to our partners, Auto Guru in India. Hello to all of the MG Car Clubs we're broadcasting to in Australia and South Africa and Germany, all over the world. Tell us, where in the world are you watching from today? We want to hear from you. And of course, the most important question really is brown sauce or red sauce. Tell us, what do you think? I'm a red sauce man myself. You tell us, are you red sauce or brown sauce? The sauce of champions, that's what we want to know. I hope you enjoyed the coverage so far, but still a lot more action to bring you throughout the course of the day. I can't believe I'm saying this already. I mean, it's 20 to 3 already, isn't it? And we've still got 3 races to go. We've still got championships to be decided, champagne to be sprayed, and there's a party later. Now, a little bit earlier, I mentioned the track parade for the MG Metros. I nipped down actually to assembly and the pit lane just to take a few snaps, have a little look at some of the Metros, and I'm delighted to say I believe we can show a couple of the pictures for you now. So let's pop those on screen and have a little look at some of the pictures from the Metro Cup track parade. It's not just Metros, there was 3 or 4 road-going traditional cars as well. In fact, the gentleman's car we heard from a little bit earlier, his is up there as well. But there you go, they made a wonderful sight. And as you can see, the ones in the pit lane, that was during that deluge of rain as it came down. So what a sight they made though. 23, about 26, 27 Metros in total. Never seen so many all in one place. It really was quite a lot. So stick around with us because there's not long to go now until we have the race for the MG Metro Cup. We will be back for the racing action shortly for the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup, so don't go anywhere. There's about a minute left on this race, then we will get things underway quickly. I'm pleased to say the track action has been sensational today, not just across the races we've been covering the series, but across everybody. We had a red flag a little bit earlier, that was during a qualifying session, but other than that, it's been pretty clean. I have to say, I've probably literally just dumped commentator's curse on absolutely everybody now, and it's probably going to be red flag galore, safety car, but I'm sure it won't be. I'm sure it won't be. We've followed the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup for quite some time now, and I can assure you, boy oh boy, these boys and girls can seriously drive. It is going to be an incredible sight of 23 Metros thumping their way around the Snetterton 300 circuit here. It's going to be incredible. So I had a couple of messages coming in on Facebook as well. Wendy Broom actually messaged for the MG Cup race. Good luck, Kate. Robin Simpson has messaged, come on, Matt Simpson, can't be there, but watching from up a mountain in Gran Canaria, waiting for a cyclone to hit. Well, Robin, we've had a cyclone here over lunchtime, and it caused all sorts of chaos. Matt Simpson, of course, out in a minute in the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup race, trying to see if he can grab third place outright in the championship. This is the first 2 races. The championship will be decided later this afternoon, and wow, it is going to go all the way down to the wire. I can tell you the checkered flag has now fallen for the Midget and Sprite Challenge. As you can see, we just have the camera just a little bit on Palmer's, but we are about to get ready now for the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup race 1 of 2, the penultimate race of the entire year for the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup. What a season it has been so far, and it is going straight down to the wire. Defending champion Mark Eales leads the championship by 7 points from Mike Williams, but Williams starts in 2nd, Eales starts in 5th. This is critical, this is crucial, this is going to be huge. This is motorsport at its very best. So if you've never seen the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup, the question has to be, first of all, where have you been? And second of all, we've been filming with the Metros for a couple of years now, in fact a few years now actually, and our journey has taken us all over the country. We've seen champions crowned, we've seen all sorts go on, track, off track. It's been a real treat. We've had parties galore, you name it. And the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup, it looks a little something like this. Roll BT. So that's what the Hickford Construction MG Metro Cup looks like and what you can expect very shortly from the race. The midget sprite cars are just making their way off track. So not too long to go. We've got about 5 minutes or so before it will be lights out for the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup race. And a little bit earlier, I popped down to the assembly area just before the track parade to chat to a number of the other drivers and found out why the Metro Cup is the place to race. Roll VT. Have a run down here. Oh, we've got Ben Williams here as well. Sorry, let me just grab you.
Absolutely.
Look at this. I noticed I didn't get one.
You didn't put your name down. You didn't put your name down.
How's it been this weekend so far, Ben?
So far, so busy.
Yeah.
Slight problem with Richard Cowley's car, so I needed to make a quick trip out to Thetford to get a few bits.
Yeah.
So that was a bit panic.
What, Thetford or?
Yeah.
It's very nice there.
Thetford is lovely. Thetford is lovely. But yeah, so he's got that sorted. He's just doing his 3 laps now, so he can take part in the,
so
part in the race.
23 cars.
Yeah. So he will be definitely do his 3 laps. He'll be on the grid. He'll be stone dead last, but he'll be on the grid, and that's what matters.
That's all that matters. Now let's talk about you, okay?
Right,
because you're quite a mean racer. How many races is it now? You've done 6, 7 in total? About 3 or 4 weekends
6.
yourself,
So I've done 6. I've done 6 races in total now. Yes.
And of course, on your debut, you nabbed the podium, didn't you?
Did indeed. Did indeed get a podium. Yeah.
We're going to see you in a full-time seat next year.
Well, as the world as it's going, it's looking unlikely a full season, but certainly a couple of races. Absolutely.
Share with the old man still.
Yeah. There's no way that he'll let me do a full season on my own just yet. But I'll absolutely be doing a couple of races next year. I want to do the tracks I've not done this year.
Yeah.
So I want to do Donington.
Yeah.
I don't know the calendar yet. If we end up going to Cadwell or something, or Brands or whatever, I want to go to the tracks I've not been to yet, just to see what they're like.
Absolutely, Ben. Enjoy the weekend. Thanks for talking to us. Best of luck. Let's keep on going down, shall we? We do have Cowley here. Let's just grab a quick word with Richard if we can. Hello. Hi. We'll let them crack on because they're right in the middle of something, but we will grab them. Let's grab Emma Cross is walking away from me. So is Kim James. I don't know why they would possibly do this. Why are we walking away from me? Why? Emma Cross.
Kim just went.
I know. I saw her earlier.
Right, let's go.
I saw her earlier. I like these jumpers, by the way.
Aren't they cool?
No, so I didn't get one. Poor me. I'm cold today as well. I'm so cold. Poor me. Woe is me.
Try a cup of tea. Warm me up.
Now, 23 cars, right? I would try to work this out. That's huge, by the way. What a massive grid.
Yeah.
Biggest grid for what? 5 years? 10 years?
I think it's probably one of the biggest grids we have
ever.
I've ever had, and I've been doing this 6 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, you must be proud, all right? That's
I
a
am.
lot of hard work on it.
Yeah, it's really good. It was great to see them all lined up on the grid ready to go for that first race.
36 next year, though. That's what we want. If you've got a Metro, get in touch with this lady here, Emma Cross. She can get you on the grid. How good is that? Emma, thank you so much. I know you've got lots to do.
See you later.
Where's Kim? We'll leave Kim alone for a little bit, shall we? It's a little bit harsh, isn't it? Let's go have a quick chat. We've got Dan over here as well. Let's grab Dan very quickly, shall we, for a very quick word as well. Dan, how are we doing? It's good to see you again. You got that excited at Alton Park, you thought you'd come out again for Snetterton, right?
Yeah, it's a long way to come, but yeah, I'll finish the season, have a bit of fun, come out,
Now, how nice is it to see 23 Metros?
It's great, isn't it? What a grid.
Wow, yeah. It's going to be hectic.
And this one's out next year as well.
Fantastic, that's what we like to see. I roll there.
No pressure now, is it?
Is it much prep to get these ready to go racing?
I haven't raced it yet, so but yeah, so far it's been a lot of work. Yeah.
But you're going to take it out now for the parade laps, yes? Fantastic. Well, it goes then. That's a start, isn't it?
I'm here. That's a start. Yeah.
Best of luck, guys. Thanks very much. We'll catch you. Welcome back. That was a little look in the paddock, and I'm delighted to say what a sight this is. The Metros are now all out on track and circulating. This is the formation lap now. We're not under racing conditions yet, so don't you worry. You haven't missed anything at all. But it's time for race 1 of the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup. Time to go racing. Are you as excited as I am? Because I really am excited for this one. Neil Burnett going through there. There's Steve Williams, Luke Johnson, Kyler Gerard, Richard Cowley, to like to say out, and there's Tim Davies managing to get out as well. So we are going to have a full complement of Metros out on track with Jack Ashton, the man who's going to lead them away from the line, with Mike Williams alongside him. Dan Balser, incredible in 3rd place. And then Kenning in fourth. Mark Eales in fifth. As we saw, he pulled into the pits early during qualifying, but he is out on track. I'm delighted to say so. So the car's just making their way around now, almost time to go racing for race one of the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro car, as we said before. Let's just pop the qualifying order again back on the screen. It's been a while since we've showed it, just to remind everybody of how they're going to line up for this race. Jack Ashton hasn't raced all season in the Metro Cup, decides to pop up for the season finale at Snetterton, goes and sticks it on pole position. Alongside him, Mike Williams, second in the championship, second on the grid. Dan Balster, what a qualifying that is. Car number 999 lines up in third place. Robbie Kenning in fourth. Then we have your defending champion and championship leader, Mark Eales, in fifth place. Richard Gerrard in sixth. Tim Shooter, currently third place in the championship, locked on points with Matt Simpson in seventh place. Dick Trevette lines up eighth. Dan Willis is ninth. Phil Goodwin in 10th. We heard from him a little bit earlier. John Moore is 11th. Matthew Simpson vying for that third place in the championship in 12th place. Les Tyler in 13th. Tony Howes 14th. Richard Jessop's 15th. Chris Savoury is 16th. Timothy Davies is 17th. Ben Young 18th. Neil Burnett 19th. Stephen Williams 20th. Luke Johnson is 21st. Kylie Gerrard is 22nd. We do have Richard Cowley, though, out on the track at the minute, and Timothy Davies is not 17th. He is going to start from the back of the grid. So the car's just doing their second formation lap again. It's been a common theme since that downpour of rain. The track is an awful lot drier than it was an hour ago, though. And we've almost caught back up on time now, haven't we? This race was due to get underway at 5 minutes past 3, and it's 5 to 3 already. So the order time that we gained a little bit earlier on the day, we've almost lost back. So it's a good job we got the time when we did. So we can see the cars just making their way into the infield now behind the safety car. Jack Ashton in the white and purple, Team Purple Helmets car. Can't say that name without having a giggle. They go, Palmer. Just a reminder, if you are just tuning in, hello, welcome to this race one of the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup. This is the second formation lap. We are not under safety car conditions. We are not under green flag race conditions. This is the second formation lap, and they will line up. We will have a standing start as per the norm, and it will be going racing for 20 minutes here to determine who is going to be the champion. It is a huge, huge grid of Metros, 23 in total. Yes, 23 Metros, the largest grid of Metros we've seen for at least 6 years, at least, maybe even longer than that, quite possibly. In fact, if you know, tell us, when have we had more than 23 Metros circulating? We want to hear from you. I must put it down to whoever their marketing team was last year. Must have done a truly incredible job. Wasn't theirs by any chance, was it? If you do want to find out more about the Metros, you've got a Metro, or just want to find out, have a look back at championship results, standings, etc., then please do. There's a link in the body of this broadcast, takes you straight through to the Metro Cup website. Talking of that as well, don't forget, have your say, have your comment, your message of support shown on screen, or you just have an opinion on something to do with the Metros and want to have your say, head over to Live Sport Now YouTube. There's a link in the body of this broadcast too. Head over to this broadcast. If you comment in the live chat section, we'll show your comment on screen. Make sure you hit that like button as well for this broadcast. We'll get Metro shown to even more people. And if you could, whilst you're there, just hit subscribe to make sure you don't miss any of our MG Car Club or motorsport action for the rest of 2022 and for the MG Car Club next year as well. We'll be back live. So the car's just heading around Coram now, as you can see. The penultimate corner, long sweeping right-hander. Then they head into, it's a real tricky real tricky Murray's Corner. That left-hander, we've seen a lot of people down there. That side of the track is a lot drier than the side we're stood at. So if there's going to be drama, there's going to be spins because of moisture, it's going to be where we are right now. So we've picked the best possible spot for you. We broadcast the entire thing off one camera because you know what the reason being is because we can give you that real feel like you're here with us trackside as well. Plus, this is Club Motorsport. It's the championships who pay for it, and we want to make sure that it's as affordable as possible because motorsport, let's be honest, it's not the cheapest of things to do. So the cars are lining up on the grid now. It's Jack Ashton on pole position, Mike Williams in second. It's all one make championship, no classes at all, just the one outright. You win everything. 23 metros on the track. We are about to go racing. I can tell you something, the crowds have started to come out to play. It was a little bit quiet this morning. It's got busier and busier and busier as the day goes on. And I actually think these metros are what a lot of people have come to see. Also, we've lost Dick Trevet. I'm just hearing we've lost Dick Trevet. So it looks like we're going to have 22, not 23. So Dick Trevet is unfortunately not going to take part in this race. It's a shame because we know Dick is lightning fast. He's been involved in the metros for a number of years. It really is a family affair, isn't it? We've got Emma Cross, the coordinator, Kim James involved too, all behind the scenes doing an incredible job. In fact, we spoke to Emma Cross a little bit earlier as well. Still waiting for my MG Metro Cup paddock hoodie, which I don't have, which would be very nice. So 20 minutes about to go. Here we go. Of course, with 22 cars to line up, it takes a little bit longer than some of the other series here today that, shall we say, haven't had as many cars. So Tim Davies is in position right at the back of the grid. The metros are about to start rumbling around Snetterton 300 circuit. Is everybody going to get through the first corner safely? I really hope so. I'm sure they will. The guys and girls racing really are incredibly talented. Almost time to get going. Can Mike Williams do it? The red lights are on. Here we go. It's time to go racing for race one of the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup. It's go. And it looks like who's holding on at the minute. Look at Dan Balster trying to go for it, but it's Mike Williams who's going to lead into turn one. He's managed to get the jump. Dan Balster trying to go around the outside of Jack Ashton, and I think he's going to do it as well. Yes, he does. It's Williams who leads from Balster, from Ashton. And Eels has made up a place as well. So Mark Eels, championship leader, he's now up to 4th place. But it's Mike Williams, his championship rival, who leads. Tim Davies coming back round very soon. In fact, Tim Davies had a penalty. That's why he's coming round so slow. So Tim Davies did have a time penalty. That's why he's going around so slow. But here they come now into Palmer's. Now Palmer, as we know, has caused all sorts of problems in the last 2 races before. Can everybody get around? It's like Jack Ashton's going down to inside of Dan Bolster to get back to 2nd place. He holds it. Williams leads. It's now Ashton, Bolster, Eels. Then it's Goodwin and Richard Gerard, Robbie Kennan, Tim Shooter, Les Tyler, Matt Simpson, John Moore, Dan Willis, and we've got Rob Jessup, Tony Howe, Chris Savory, Steve Williams, Kyler Gerard, Ben Young, Neil Burnett, Luke Johnson, Richard Cowley and Tim Davies. That is how everybody is going as they're heading round into the infield section here at Snetterton. Incredible stuff, but it's Williams with a clear and obvious lead at the minute in this race, and that could be huge for the championship. Mark Eels will be desperate to get past Dan Bolster as quick as possible. He's already right up to the back of him as they go into Oggies. Incredible stuff. Robbie Kennan having a little look at Richard Gerard round the outside. And Tim Shooter and Matt Simpson, they're the orange and white. That's critical because they're locked together in the championship. That's the battle for 3rd place overall in the championship. And they're side by side as they head down the right-hander and onto the Bentley Straight. My word, it's drama absolutely everywhere here at Snetterton. And as they disappear out of our view, what an incredibly clean start we have seen. Magnificent. Every single driver out there is a testament to the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup. Magnificent stuff. Here we go. So lap 1 very shortly will come to a close, and it's Mike Williams who will be a man who is smiling at the minute because he's doing his championship credentials the world of good in this race. So Ashton is all over the back of Mike Williams.
We understand he's not scoring, or he's not going to score points here.
And it's worth noting Jack Ashton won't be scoring points, so essentially
And he's going to give it a good shot.
it will hand Mark Eales another place essentially, and he's such strong finish. There are a couple of dropped scores here, so it's looking good for Eales, but it's not over yet. And look at Ashton takes the lead of the race at the end of lap 1. He started a pole, he lost the lead to Mike Williams, but he's so quick on the straights he's managed to get back and leads from Mike Williams. Dan Balser doing a good job in third. Eales is unable to get past yet. Through goes Phil Goodwin. Richard Gerrard, Les Tyler going to have a little look down the inside of Gerrard into turn 1. He's not going to do it there, and just drops back a little bit into the clutches of Robbie Kennan, but Kennan can't quite make it either. Gerrard having a good look. That's Kylie Gerrard trying to have a good look at Steve Williams. Just lose a little bit of momentum, and there goes Neil Burnett, Ben Young. We've got Luke Johnson going through, Richard Cowley and Tim Davies now starting to catch everybody up. Here come the leaders, round Palmers, Ashton leading the way from Mike Williams. Remember, he's not scoring, Jack Ashton, so Mike Williams doesn't really need to race him. He'll just want to finish ahead, or need to finish ahead of Mark Eales for his championship credentials. They come streaming around Palmer. What a shot that is, wow. I'm going to get close for the next lot to get a good picture of that. It looks fantastic. Well, exciting stuff indeed. As we're on lap 2 here of race 1 of the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup. Well, it is go, go, go here as they come storming through that midfield section. Look at it, off they go. Now we'll keep an eye on the battle between Tim Shooter and Matt Simpson. Remember, that matters for third outright in the championship. It is looking good for Mark Eales, due to drop scores and everything. We'll do all the maths for you later and get everything sorted. Let's just call it how it is right now. So they're coming around now to complete lap 2. And is it still Ashton leading the way? Remember, Williams doesn't really need to race him. He's non-scoring in the championship as Ashton. It's his time out today. It's his first race weekend of the season. As you can see, I think Mike Williams is just happy to let him go. He doesn't need to race him. Dan Balster in third. Mark Eales just unable to get past at the minute. In fact, I wonder if Mark Eales is quite happy just to sit back a little bit too. Richard Gerrard having a strong race here. He comes a little bit out on his own before we've got a number of cars fighting here. Phil Goodwin in there. We've got Les Tyler. Robbie Kennan going to go down the inside of Les Tyler. Yes, he does. Matt Simpson right in the mix. It is Simpson ahead of Tim Shooter. That will put Simpson ahead into third place in the championship. It stays that way at the end of this race with just one race left to go. Oh, it makes such a great sight, doesn't it? So Ashley leading away from Williams. Bolster in third, Eales in fourth. And as they go through the midfield, it's so tightly packed. That's Robbie Kennan and Les Tyler. They two are having a fantastic ding-dong down there as well. Matt Simpson trying to have a little look through as well. And Simpson does look through, but he almost gets past both of them. Gets past Tyler on the inside, and he's leaving Tim Shooter for dead at the minute. That could be crucial come the end of the day, and that fight for the top, that third space in the championship. So So Ashton leading away, fastest lap of the race so far, 2:28.730. Williams in second, then it's Bolster, Eels, Gerard is up to 5th place, an expensive good winner, drops down to 6th, Tyler's 7th, Kennan is 8th, Matt Simpson's up to 9th, Shooter 10th, but as we've just seen a few changes on that last lap alone. That was as they went over the line at the end of lap 2. We're now on lap 3, as you can see, and it is go, go, go here. 12 minutes still to go, and already Ashton over the line, comfortably leading the race here. Williams comfortably in second as well, Bolster third and Eels fourth. So the top 4 is already getting away from the rest of the field comfortably at the minute. The gap between first Ashton and Eels in fourth is 6.771 seconds, but the gap between Eels and Gerard is growing and growing and growing quite significantly.
Side by side here, so this is Matt Simpson coming through, he's alongside Robbie.
And Simpson is absolutely flying through the field at the minute. He really is. So Gerard hold on. Oh, Simpson's almost getting sideways down into Palmer. Wow, fantastic stuff. He holds it as well, and now he's got Richard Gerard in his side. Oh, and Matt Simpson, so far, driver of the race. He's absolutely flying at the minute. He really wants that 3rd place in the championship. Tim Shooter unable to do anything else at the minute. He's getting a little bit closer to Bolster as they go around doggies as well. It looks like there's a Luke Johnson just coming through too. I didn't see Kyler's car come through. Yes, I did. Fantastic. So she's still on the go. Tony Howe's just behind Tony Howe there, but ahead. And Carly Gerard's managed to get ahead of Steve Williams as well. We think there might be a bit of an issue with the car there, but Neil Burnett going well too. Tim Davies starting to come through the field. Remember, he started right at the back. He had that penalty as well. Richard Cowley, Ben Young and Luke Johnson just at the end of the field, but there's no shame in that. It is an incredible field here of Metros. What a sight. Very, very evenly matched. What a championship to be involved in this is. It really is so friendly, such a family affair. I know it's very easy to say, but we've been involved for a couple of years, and it really, really is.
The rest of them, they are in the bridge. We're leading 4 here, they're coming towards the end of 4 laps. Yeah, I was going to say Matt Simpson.
So coming to the end of the 4th lap, and it's Matt Simpson who is absolutely on a charge at the minute. Still no stopping Jack Ashton. Here he comes over your screen now. He leads the race comfortably from Mike Williams in second, but Ashton's not scoring in the championship. So this will suit Mike Williams very nicely indeed. There's Bolster in third. There is your championship leader and defending champion from last year as well, Mark Eels, with the number 1 Plasters on the side. 4th place on track at the minute. Only needs to have some strong finishes. That is all. And we've just got a little bit of a wait whilst we wait for Richard Gerard, or is it going to be Matt Simpson? He started lap 3 in 8th place. So this just goes to show, doesn't it? He started in 8th place. Oh, he's down in 7th. He only made up 1 place. I'm sure he got past Les Tyler on that last lap. He getting sideways through Palmer, but managed to, looks like Les Tyler's managed to fight back and get back past again, as we have a train of Metros coming round Richards, the first corner here at Snetterton. Through goes Tony Howe. There goes Kylie Gerard having a strong race indeed. There's Steve Williams, Tim Davies, Neil Burnett, Ben Young and Richard Cowley coming through. The midfield is so tightly packed, it could be anybody's. We've got just under 9 minutes of this race left to go. Luke Johnson well, I don't like to say last place, but 22nd out of the 22 runners. Here come the cars into the midfield now as they enter Palmer's. It's proved tricky all day long, but not now. We do have waved greens down there. Did somebody have a little off? If they did, I didn't see it. But it looks like everybody is running a rider. So 22 cars started this race. We've got 8.5 minutes left to go, and 22 cars are still going around Snetterton on the 300 circuit here. Magnificent to end the campaign. What a year we have had for the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup. It's been a blast. So Ashton leading away, last time out at 2:27.786. That's fastest lap of the race. You're looking as the cars stream around that right-hander. Oggie's another difficult corner. And it was Les Tyler Matt Simpson gaining on that last lap, both moving up a place to 6th, 7th respectively. It's Phil Goodwin who lost out, dropped down to 8th. Tim Davies got past Neil Burnett on that last lap as well to move up to 18th place. They were the only changes on the last lap. 7.5 minutes left to go. That is it before the checkered flag falls, and we'll be a gigantic step closer to finding out who is going to be our 2022 Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup World Champion. I'm calling it World Championship, even though it's only run in the UK and it's not an official FIA registered event, but I don't care. It's that exciting. Who's going to be the Metro Cup champion? Could it be that man Mike Williams as he goes through? Could it be, will it be Mark Eales? It's going to be one of them. And of course, once we've done all the maths and we've figured it all out, we will let you know. But it's Ashton leading the way from Mike Williams in 2nd, Bolster in 3rd, Mark Eales in 4th. We're just waiting for, and there's a huge gap. The gap now between Ashton and Eales is now up to 11 seconds. Although the gap between Williams, that's Mike Williams, and Mark Eales, the 2 title rivals, is about 5 seconds or so. There goes Richard Garrard, being closed down a little by Les Tyler. What's happened to Matt Simpson? What's happened to Matt Simpson? Because there goes Robbie Kennan as well. There goes John Moore, Phil Goodwin, and Matt Simpson's dropped down to Tim Shooter. It's past Matt Simpson. What's happened to Simpson? He's tumbling down the order. Where is he? Where is Matt Simpson? There goes Tony Howe. There goes Kyler Gerrard. And no Matt Simpson. No Matt Simpson. Oh no, that's a disaster for Matt Simpson. Luke Johnson just going behind me as you're looking at the infield. You're looking at the corner Palmers as they come streaming around. Tim Shooter, car number 4, the green and white, vying for that 3rd place in the championship. And he can finish in that position with Matt Simpson dropping out of the race, it looks like. Then boy, oh boy, he's going to take a gigantic leap towards it as well. Oh no, what has happened to Matt Simpson? It's such a shame. Matt is such a nice bloke. He's always so happy to talk to us as well. He's so cool, so relaxed. He's a real pleasure to have around the paddock. But it's looking like he's out of this race. I've no signal to say he's come into the pits. 5.5 minutes left to go. We're now in the closing stages. We're just about to enter the final quarter of this race. Jack Ashton comfortably in the lead, 6.824 second lead over Mike Williams. But like I said, Mike Williams doesn't need to race him because Ashton is a non-scoring in the championship. He's basically guesting here today. Jack Ashton comes flying past me. Here comes Williams and Bolster. I'll tell you, when you're right by the side of the track, they make a real good speedy line. There goes Mark Eales, has just dropped back a little bit too. I wonder if he's just saving the car for the 2nd race of the day. That's due to get underway around about 6 o'clock this evening. We will be live for that one too. I'm just seeing a plethora of Metros about to come storming up the start-finish line now as well. This is where we realised last lap, didn't we, that unfortunately it looks like we have lost Matt Simpson from this race. That is a great shame, it really is. And we've got a good battle going on as well. Tim Davies and Kyler Gerrard having a good fight as well. Tim Davies started right at the back of the grid. He's worked his way through quite nicely now as well. Steve Williams, Neil Burnett and Richard Cowley getting in the mix too. They're going to have a good ding dong. Oh, we've got significant damage as well to Les Tyler's car. Is that what happened with Matt Simpson? Because he was battling with Matt Simpson. Has there been contact between Les Tyler and Matt Simpson? I might just be speculating here because I didn't see it myself, but they were fighting each other and there's visible damage to Les Tyler's front car. Luke Johnson going around turn 1, going quite slowly. I wonder if Luke's got a bit of an issue with the car. So we've got Ben Young in the pits. We've got Matt Simpson out of this race, unfortunately. Ben Young has come into the pits with 3 minutes of this race left to go. So it's Jack Ashton leading the way. Mike Williams in second, Bolster in third, Mark Eels in fourth, Richard Garrard in fifth, Les Tyler in sixth, but with damage. Robbie Kennan in seventh, John Moore in eighth. Dan Willis got past Phil Goodwin on that last lap, so Dan Willis now up to ninth, Goodwin down to 10th. Tim Shooter is staying in 11th place, Jessup up to 12th, Savory 13th, Davids 14th, Gerard 15th. That is Kyler Gerard. Then we've got Steve Williams in 16th, Neil Burnett in 17th, Richard Cowley in 18th, Luke Johnson 19th, Tony Howe. We've lost Tony Howe somewhere as well, so it's looking like as we get to the closing stages we're losing a couple of people, and Jack Ashton suddenly his lead is down to 1 second. Mike Williams is deciding to go for this, and I think this might just be the final lap by literally seconds. Mike Williams going for this right on the last lap. I think it's going to be the last lap. I'm not so sure we're going to get one more in. It's going to be incredibly tight. This could well be the final lap of the race. Let's call it as if it is, because it's going to be so close, and Mike Williams is all over the back of Jack Ashton now. At one point Jack Ashton had a 6-second lead. Suddenly Mike Williams is right on his tail, as is Bolster. There they are, 1, 2, 3. That is your first, second and third in this race, and there's almost nothing to choose between them now as we come to the closing stages. It's got full of drama right at the end of this race. And it looks like Les Tyler has come into the pits as well with that damage, or stopped somewhere, because Tyler's tumbling down the order as well. It does promote Richard Gerard 5th, Robbie Kennan's now 6th, Dan Willis now up to 7th place, Moore stays the same, but Goodwin's up to 9th. And yeah, Les Tyler dropping out of the order of this race. There goes Tim Davies, Kyler Gerard, Steve Williams, Neil Burnett and Richard Cowley. Those drivers, they've had a magnificent race, they really have. Oh wow, what a day, what a drive. We are seeing Tim Shooter trying to get past Phil Goodwin now as well. His third place in the championship is looking more and more secure every single lap as we go through. With unfortunately Simpson is out of this race and is going to be classified in 22nd and last of the runner of the of the field, shall we say, not of the runners, because there's only 18 runners at the minute. I say 18, it's still an awful lot, isn't it? And I'm hearing that Mike Williams has done it. I'm hearing Mike Williams is passed. So Mike Williams is going to take the win outright anyway. He didn't really need to race Jack Ashton because he's a non-scorer in the championship. But Mike Williams is going to take the win outright. We believe there's 24 seconds left on the clock. They're just going round Coram now. Are they going to get down into Murray's and up to start-finish straight in time? Or is the clock going to tick down? I think the clock is probably going to tick. I don't know. We've got 14 seconds. We've got 12 seconds. What's going to happen? Are they going to call it? It's a checkered flag going to come out. Let's find out. I can't see. I don't know if it's going to be waved. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the checkered flag does fall. The checkered flag waves. And it is... It's Williams, it's Mike Williams who just about nicks it on the line. Well done, boys. Oh my word, Dan Bolster, what a drive that was from him. Williams wins it by 0.181 of a second over the line. Mike Williams takes the win. Where's Mark Eels? I'm still not seeing Mark Eels. He seems to have dropped back quite a bit. There he is. Mark Eels comfortably takes a 4th place on track. Armour Blaze as well. And I wonder if that might be quite important for the championship for him as well. So congratulations to Mark Eels as well. We'll get official clarification. We'll get everything confirmed for you. But Mike Williams, we do know, has won this race. Fastest lap of the race on the last lap at 2:26.639. There's Richard Gerard. He's done incredibly well. There goes Robbie Kennan as well. Lights ablaze. And a little toot to the horn as well. Over the line goes Dan Willis. Here comes a number of cars as well. Wow, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. So it is Mike Williams wins, Ashton in 2nd, Bolster 3rd, Eels 4th, Gerard in 5th, Kenning 6th, Willis in 7th, Shooter in 8th in the end. What a great drive by Tim Shooter. Last time I looked, it was all the way down in 11th place. Let's give everybody a bit of a wave, shall we? I get away from Kyler. Steve Williams too. And we are going to make our way up. Just Luke Johnson still to come over the line. We're going to head down to Parc Fermé. Let's just pop TSL up onto the screen so you can see how things have finished in what has been an absolute thriller here at Snetterton. So the driver's already in Parc Ferme. Mike Williams is chatting to the on-track commentator. Well, what a race. Please say we've got a short gap now before we come back for race 2. I'm going to have to give my voice a little bit of a rest, I think. But yeah, that was truly great racing indeed. I thoroughly enjoyed that one, as I'm sure the drivers did too. So just keep that TSL up on the screen just so you can digest it for yourself, just whilst we make our way up to Parc Ferme. Well, there he is, Mike Williams. Let's take that TSL down. Let's grab a quick word of him. Mike, I can't talk after that.
Were you screaming, shouting?
Oh, screaming, oh, shouting. Is it? You lost your helmet?
No.
How was it though? Before you run off. I mean, you're catching Jack like the rate of knots. Did he have a problem, or did you? I heard something about a gentleman's agreement.
No, it was a gentleman's agreement, basically. Jack and I were sort of battling at the beginning. He got a really bad start, so I thought, off I go. But it was really wet out there. I thought it was a dry track, but offline, as soon as you go offline, it's treacherous. It's not that wet bit, it's that greasy, slidey. So as soon as you're off the racing line, it's rotten.
Yeah.
But basically, he got past me down on one of the straights, and I thought at that point, I'm not racing Jack, so I'm not really going to push it, because I did a little bit, and then obviously there was one of those moments, and I thought it's not worth it. So the car behind me and the car in front weren't championship scoring points today, so what was the point? So I just kept it where I needed to keep it, on the black stuff, and it was just one of those races where I just had to keep it there. The biggest challenge was me, because I wanted to go faster. I wanted to race Jack, but he was probably a bit too quick today anyway in that car, so I didn't want to risk it.
Well done anyway. It's nice that you have these sorts of agreements as well. It's it's good, isn't it?
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So they're not just scoring points in this race, so they just come out.
We
the way
don't want politics in club motorsport.
No,
it's not worth it. Exactly. Cheers, my word, mate. We've got Mark Eels over here. Let's just have a quick chat with Mark as well, shall we? I wonder if we can grab him in. It's just been weighed, I think, at the minute. Let's see if we can grab a quick word with Mark before we disappear off for a short break. It's just been weighed. I wonder too many Weetabix.
That's like news, isn't it?
What did he say?
He's underweight. 15 kilos lighter than mine.
15?
Yeah.
Blimey. Blimey. Well, let's see if we grab a quick word with Mark, shall we? Before we're going to head off for a short break shortly, but not just yet. He's just trying to find out where he's going to go. But
Mate, I'm underweight. I weighed it this morning. Fuck's sake, man. Mate, I weighed it this morning.
We'll leave them to it, and let's go have a chat with somebody else up here, shall we? Just whilst we let everything settle down and find out exactly what the lay of the land is. But here comes everybody now. What a race, wasn't it? It was very, very exciting indeed. It's just, chaps, how was it out there? Because I've heard a few people say it was still a bit slippy out there, was it?
Slippery out there. Two places it was very slippery.
Let me guess, Palmer's? Oggies?
That one and
that one. But having said that,
race number 2, corner 2, which is a
Yeah.
180 degree. That was very slippery all
Was
the
it?
way around,
Yeah.
and everyone was just losing traction on that, and then you
Yeah.
get it back again for the next bit. But,
although having said that, everybody still got round. We had a couple of people go off in the end, but I
Oh,
don't think they went off
detour.
track, did they? So.
Yeah, I went rallying for a bit and then come back in again.
Yeah, it's what these things are made for.
Yeah.
Again, isn't it?
Yeah, bring it on. Come on.
It is looking a bit wet. Enjoy it though. Have a good time.
Brilliant.
How
loved it.
nice is it to see so many metros out
Oh,
there?
it's excellent. I mean, it's not that often we get this many out.
Yeah.
This is really good. This is what it's all about. And if you watch it, little groups of people, 2 of them mainly, having a really good battle between us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
fantastic. Well done, guys. Anyway, thank you so much. I wonder if we can grab Mark now as well. He's just stood with Mike Williams again. We'll just run on over, see if we can have a quick word. Mark, how was it out there?
Oh, it's all right, yeah. It's a bit challenging, obviously a bit slippy the first couple of corners and then dry over the other side, and it's just
I think
sussing
people have
it
said
out,
that to
really.
me. Yeah, this side's a bit slippy, that side's all
yeah,
right.
that's it. So, yeah, it's good. Obviously, I was pushing, and then had quite a big gap, so I decided to sort of ease off a little bit. And
That's because you were chasing Dan for quite a bit, and I thought at one point you were going to do it, and then the next
yeah,
lap,
so
you were about
obviously
4
I was
seconds
hoping
behind.
Dan was going to sort of reel Mike in, and I was going to stick with him, and I pushed, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to just ease off and sort of take the points and things, and so.
Well, one more to go, chaps, you know, and of course the title will be decided later as well.
Thank you.
Well, no, guys, thanks very much. Right, that is it from us for now. We're going to head off for a short break. When we come back, though, we will have race 2 of the Cherished Vehicle Insurance MG Cup, the final very race of the season for the MG Cup. And then after that, in the final broadcast of the day, it will be the final race of the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup. Thanks for watching.